Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sarah Walton Pottery. So if you have been following me on this journey, you know how much I love glazed drips. So if you love them as much as I do, this is a video for you. It's going to happen, okay? We are going to get these drips that fall right off the pot, and not to fret. It can be saved, okay? So some of you have asked, because I talk about sanding, some of you have asked, so I'm going to show you how I will take this off to make it actually still a functioning pot. All right, so that's what this episode is about. Stay tuned. I'm in my kitchen because my studio doesn't have water yet. I have to lug pails, buckets down and up from the laundry room down into my studio. So for today's video, I'm going to be in the kitchen and I'm going to do some sanding. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to actually take care of this. I have these really nifty sanding blocks. They're diamond grit on this side, and they come in various grits. I got these off of Amazon, and I'll link them in below so that you can take a peek at them if you are interested. But these honestly are amazing. All right, so like I said, I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to use a large container that I'm going to put in the sink, and I'm also going to line my sink just so that none of the gritty parts are going to go down the drain. So what I'm going to do here is just use some paper towel or kitchen paper just to create another barrier, just to catch any of the material that we sand off, the glaze, the some of the actual ceramic pot itself, and also to keep dust down. Whenever you're sanding anything in pottery, you really want to make sure water's involved so that you're not breathing in any of those harmful little particles. I find I use the 60 grit probably the most, as it really is the one that bites through most of the ceramic material that you'll be sanding off. So you tend to use it the longest. It's a little bit of a workout, but much worth the results rather than having to smash your pot. You can see that by the time I've finished with my 200 grit, I've really actually removed most of that remaining cookie, and now really all we're doing is polishing the glaze back and really making sure everything is ultra smooth. So what I'm showing here is that I actually polish every single pot that comes out of the kiln. While they're in the firing, they do typically get a little bit rough
Some clay a little bit more than others, but the bottoms can get a little bit rough, and I don't want any scratches on the table, and trust me, it will scratch. So I actually just take a quick run through all of the different sanding blocks, and it makes the bottoms just actually buttery smooth. You can see the silt that was removed from those pots, and that would go down the drain, and it's heavy. It will sink to the bottom. So you really, if you can catch whatever you can, that is so important. So even the little bit of paper towel in the sink is going to catch just a little bit more, and I use kitchen paper just to kind of wipe away anything so I can actually put it in the garbage rather than have that actually go down the drain.
You can invest, this is what I did, was in one of these. This you need to attach to your pottery wheel, and I'm going to show you how I use this. Slightly different looking grit than the pads. The pads have a little bit more of like a fish scale kind of shape. This is an actual like a sanding grit, and I ordered this from my pottery supply, and it will, honestly, it will take down a glaze drip really quickly. But they are an investment. They're expensive. So because I do a lot of things that have glaze drips, I invested. This pot, you'll remember when I pulled that actually go down. Okay, come on down to the studio.
So what I'm doing here is applying very even pressure on the bottom. That's why I'm holding the mug with both hands and applying lots of water. You definitely always want to use water when sanding anything in pottery. You can see the glaze coming right off from the wheel. It just chews right through it. So consistent, even pressure, and you want to make sure that it is flat so that you're not creating a different problem. You will create a warped bottom rather quickly. Here I'm just taking down that glaze drip, just making sure that it is nice and smooth. All in all, this took probably a minute and a bit, like honestly, to take it right down. And if I really applied just straight pressure on it, it would have chewed right through it. Now I always follow with all of my sanding pads, just to, again, polish the bottom to make it uber smooth and buttery soft.
So what did you guys think? You can save your pots. You don't have to smash them when the glaze drips off. There is a solution. I did the manual hand scrubbing forever, it feels like, and only recently invested in the actual bat attachment. And I got that one from my local pottery supply. There are a variety of versions out there. I absolutely love using the wheel attachment. It does make your life so much easier. So, you know, if you are glazing a lot and doing a lot of things that
create the drips, that might be something that you would actually want to invest in. But if you're still starting out, you can easily get the hand sanding pads from Amazon. They sell a variety, and they are quite useful. They do last quite a while. You might need to, I think I probably need a new 60 grit. That's probably the one that gets the most workout, just because it's the one that really cuts into the glaze, which is glass. It's not, you know, it's not a soft substance. So if you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and share, like, comment. I love reading comments. I had one actually recently from Germany, and I had someone introduce themselves from South Africa. I've had someone introduce themselves from Peru. You know, and Colombia. It is so exciting that this community, it's a world community. You're in my basement in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, and it's the world. So it's so amazing. I truly appreciate and love hearing from all of you. So by all means, just introduce yourself. I would love hearing what part of the world you are from. So until next week, I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye for now.